João Pedro, Cole Palmer and Morgan Rogers bring victory home. Xabi Alonso's first formation versus Fulham. Welcome back to True Blues Analysis. If you are new here, please don't just watch, smash that subscribe button and let us know in the comments the country you are supporting the Blues from. Chelsea have started the Xabi Alonso Premier League era with a huge 3-2 victory over Fulham at Craven Cottage. And this was our first competitive look at Alonso's Chelsea, with the manager using a 3-4-2-1 system. But today, we are going through the Chelsea starting 11 from goalkeeper to striker and looking at exactly how each player performed against Fulham. Goalkeeper, Robert Sánchez. In goal was Robert Sánchez. Sánchez had a busy evening and made some important saves, particularly when Fulham started putting Chelsea under pressure. However, there were also some worrying moments. Fulham's first goal came after Chelsea failed to deal with the pressure around the box, and Sánchez was unable to prevent Josh King's shot from finding the net. He also had to stay alert in the closing stages as Fulham pushed for an equalizer. So, while Sánchez helped Chelsea survive the final stages, this was not the most convincing performance from the goalkeeper. Defense, Josh Acheampong. On the right side of the back three was Josh Acheampong. Acheampong had an important defensive moment when he made a vital block to deny Fulham from getting into another dangerous position. He showed good recovery speed and was willing to defend aggressively when Fulham attacked the space behind Chelsea. For a young defender playing in Alonso's first Premier League match, there were positive signs. Maxence Lacroix. In the center of defense was Maxence Lacroix, and this was a very impressive Chelsea debut. Lacroix was not afraid to step forward with the ball, and his biggest contribution came just before halftime. He collected possession, carried the ball forward, Alonso will want from his center back. Lacroix looked confident, powerful, and comfortable in the back three. Levi Colwill. On the left side was Levi Colwill. Colwill had to deal with Fulham's movement down his side, and was involved in several physical battles throughout the match. He was also booked early in the game, so he had to be careful for the remainder of the match. Overall, Colwill helped Chelsea maintain the three-man defensive structure, although Fulham still managed to create opportunities that Alonso will want his defense to prevent in future matches. Midfield, Malo Gusto. At right wing-back was Malo Gusto. Gusto had an important job because Alonso needed him to provide width while also helping the back three defensively. He was involved in Chelsea's attempts to move the ball forward and supported the attacking players when Chelsea had possession. However, Gusto also had to be cautious because Fulham were looking to attack the spaces on Chelsea's flanks. He eventually came off late in the game, with Pedro Neto replacing him. Reece James. In midfield was Chelsea captain Reece James. James brought experience and leadership to Alonso's first Premier League midfield. He helped Chelsea control possession and also looked for opportunities to contribute in attack. One of his better moments came when he tested Bernd Leno after a blocked Morgan Rogers effort. James also had the responsibility of helping protect the defense when Fulham started pushing forward. It was not a spectacular performance, but it was an important one from the Chelsea captain. Roméo Lavia. Alongside James was Roméo Lavia. With Moises Caicedo unavailable, Lavia was given the opportunity to start in midfield, and he showed some very good qualities. He was comfortable receiving the ball, helped Chelsea move possession through midfield, and even came close to scoring after a clever. Lavia was denied by Leno from close range. He eventually made way for Enzo Fernandez in the second half. For Lavia, this was a positive opportunity to show Alonso that he can be trusted in this midfield. Jorrel Hato. On the left side was Jorrel Hato. Hato operated as the left wing-back and had to balance two responsibilities, supporting Chelsea's attack while also helping the defense. He showed good discipline in the system and helped Chelsea maintain their shape. Hato was replaced by Pep Chavarria in the second half, but his performance gave Alonso another option on the left side of this system. Attacking midfield, Cole Palmer. Now we move into attacking midfield. Cole Palmer was one of Chelsea's biggest threats throughout the match, and he made an immediate impact. After just 31 seconds, Palmer produced a clever flick to send João Pedro through on goal, and the Brazilian finished brilliantly. Palmer continued to look dangerous throughout the first half, combining with Rogers and creating opportunities. Then, early in the second half, threw Leno to make it 3-1. So Palmer finished with a goal and an assist. But more importantly, he looked confident and involved throughout the match. This is exactly the type of performance Chelsea supporters will want from their number 10 this season. Morgan Rogers. Alongside Palmer was Morgan Rogers, making his competitive Chelsea debut. And what a way to introduce himself. Rogers was energetic from the beginning and constantly looked for space between the Fulham defenders. He linked well with Palmer and João Pedro and was also willing to work without the ball. Then came his big moment. Chelsea debut. Rogers showed that he can be a serious attacking option for Alonso, especially when playing close to Palmer and João Pedro. He was eventually replaced by Estevao late in the match. Striker, João Pedro. And finally, the striker, João Pedro. Chelsea supporters could not have asked for a better start from their new number 9. Just 31 seconds into the match, Palmer found João Pedro with a brilliant pass. João Pedro took his first touch. Chelsea 1-0. But João Pedro's contribution did not stop there. He remained involved in Chelsea's attacking movements and continued to find dangerous positions. In the second half, he played an important role in Chelsea's third goal. João Pedro carried the ball forward, waited for Palmer's movement, and slipped the ball into his path. Palmer then finished to make it 3-1. João Pedro even thought he had scored again late in the match, but the goal was ruled out for offside. So the striker finished with a goal and an assist, and gave Chelsea exactly what Alonso would have wanted from his number 9. Final thought. So there we have it. Xabi Alonso's first Premier League starting 11 has produced a 3-2 victory over Fulham. Robert Sánchez had to make important saves. Acheampong showed defensive determination. Lacroix impressed on his debut. Colwill helped maintain the back three. Gusto and Hato provided width. James brought leadership. Lavia gave Alonso a positive midfield performance. And then the attacking players delivered. Cole Palmer, 1 goal and 1 assist. Morgan Rogers, a goal on his Chelsea debut. And João Pedro, a goal and an assist. The attack looked exciting. The new system showed promise. And most importantly, Chelsea have started the Premier League season with 3 points. Now tell me in the comments, who was your Chelsea man of the match against Fulham? And if you enjoyed this player-by-player analysis, smash that subscribe button for more Chelsea content right here on True Blues Analysis.